Hello, this is Kendall from Reddit Whiskey with a recap of my second attack from this war, and this is the base, the turtle. This was a cleanup attack. If you happen to run across this base in a war, uh, you might not be able to put my exact plan into place. That's part of the reason sometimes you don't get this thing on the first time, and that's because there's a lot of potential places for double giant bombs. You could have a set here, you could have a set here. Often you'll see them where they've got Teslas in between that, and they'll have double giant bombs in between Teslas. But in our case, this was actually a really easy one because there were no double giant bombs. Base was laid out. There was a Tesla here, Tesla here, Tesla here, Tesla here, and then there were single giant bombs. I think there was one here, one here, one here, and one here. So I didn't have as much that I had to worry about on this one. So my plan was I was going to do a swarm HoLo attack. The way this base is spread out, it's actually a really tough clan castle pull. So that's part of one of the hardest parts about this. But I wanted to kind of take out as much run time as possible for my hogs. So ultimately what I was going to do was I was going to send in balloons. I was going to start by sending 2 balloons in here. And if you just watched my last video, I said always make sure you send in your balloons on things that can shoot them first. And here I go doing something completely different. Well, there was a good reason here. If I'd have sent my 2 balloons at these archer towers first, not only would I have had to send in, 2 would have gotten into this archer tower and got it taken care of, but this archer tower is going to be able to shoot at them. So it would have actually taken 3 balloons on each of these to get them taken down because they're just inside of the range of the air defense. By sending 2 balloons in on this cannon, I could wait until the balloons for the cannon were tanking the archer tower, and then I would be able to get in with just sending 2 this direction. I would have this archer tower shooting at these balloons, but it wouldn't be both archer towers sending at that. So basically, instead of taking 7 balloons to get this taken care of, 3, 3, and 1, I did it with 2, 2, and 2. So I was able to save 5 troop space. I know that was probably a bit clunky of an explanation, but basically I was using the balloons in the center to tank because of the range that these archer towers were within a range of the archer towers in the air defense. So, and I think you'll see once we get to the video. From there, we were going to jump up, and I just wanted to get one side taken out so I could get the clan castle pull. As I mentioned, I kind of wanted to get it through there. So my plan was I was going to use 2 balloons here, and again, the exact same thing I said before. I'm sending at these defenses before I get to that, but because these were going to go and it was going to take so long for them to travel, they weren't ever going to be getting shot at by anything while they were traveling. But then I was going to go, 2 balloons here, 2 balloons here, and 2 balloons here. So that was going to get all 4 of those defenses taken out. I knew there had been a balloon in almost all their clan castles. This was also a cleanup attack, so I knew there was a balloon in there. So I was going to have to send a single hog in this direction once all of this was down to get the balloon pulled. From there, I was going to do my standard kill squad over here. Barbarians, witches, archer, queen, and wizards. Then from there, once those were kind of working and under control, I was going to send a golem in this direction, followed by a wizard here and a wizard here to break the trash ring. I was going to drop my barbarian king. I meant to actually drop it on the elixir storage first, because then it would have bounced from the elixir storage to the elixir pump. But I accidentally dropped it a little too close and it hit this and bounced this way. But neither here nor there. I dropped 2 wall breakers to get in here. I know it's getting kind of messy. Bust that open, so then the Barbarian King comes in from there. From there, I was going to kind of wait for the Barbarian King and Golem to kind of clean some of this out. Archer Queen had kind of jumped down in this compartment. As soon as she started shooting at either the Barbarian King or the Golem, he was going to kind of run up from there, and then I was going to drop 2 more wall breakers to kind of bust him in right there. From there, I was going to do my hog drop, and it was basically going to be a 2-finger hog drop right here and right here to kind of get them in as quickly as possible onto these expos and get them taken out. So that was the plan. We will get to the replay, and maybe some of my clunky explanation at the bottom will help. So you can see I send in these first 2 balloons, and I wait until they start these archers start shooting at the balloons, and because of that, and then I can drop these two balloons so they go in pretty much uncontested until they get in range of these archer towers here. So you can see now these archer towers start shooting at the balloons. Now they switch targets, but because of that, the travel time is not going to be far enough that they're going to be able to get that taken out. And while a cannon normally takes 2 bomb drops, whereas an archer tower only takes a bomb drop and a splash damage, or a balloon death splash damage, this balloon now is not getting shot by anything, so it's going to be able to get another bomb drop off uncontested, which will get all 3 of those taken care of. So, oops, and I should have jumped up here quicker, but I sent the cannon in. You can see nothing was firing at them in the trip in. They still have full health. Then I did the wizard tower, archer tower, cannon. So these are all going down fine. I'm sorry, I only did 1. I said I did 2. I only did 1 on that cannon because I knew nothing was going to be able to shoot at it. I misspoke there. So all that's going down fine. They're heading over to that mortar, which if it goes down, great. If it doesn't, no big deal. I send the hog in, gets the balloon pulled. Luckily, the mortar goes down. I've already got an archer to kind of drag everything over here. Get my 2 barbarians into tank, which is in staggered, followed by my archer queen. Everything's going to kind of path over here. Get my 2 wizards down. These are kind of working on. I had another barbarian or 2 I threw in there. Throw the golem in. Throw the wizards to break the trash ring. Wall breakers go in. See, as I mentioned, had to wait for the Barbarian King to bounce out, but this elixir storage is definitely going to be closer. Luckily, Archer Queen's already shooting. Barbarian King walks up to that wall, starts baiting on it, so I can throw my wall breakers in. The mortar, I don't have to worry about mortar splash or wizard splash because it's after the golem, so these are kind of safe to go in uncontested. They get busted in. I go ahead and puster ability, and then you see 2 finger drop on the hogs. First giant bomb gets popped. I go ahead and get my first heal down here, though, because I know I'm going to have a giant bomb. And then they're right in on the expo. So kind of waiting for them to move up to the next expo, and then I'll get my next 2 heals, get a heal here, heal up there, because they've got point defenses along. Once they get a little bit past that, they're going to hit a giant bomb. You see run through there, hit the giant bomb, get another one popped up here. I think that ends up frying these, but that's okay. I had enough of them left, and then they're on full health by the run up to the cannon. I have a few wizards that I drop down here at the bottom, along with on this storage up here, since that's farthest away. Barbarian King is running for his life, scared to death of my hogs, but they finally take him out. And then from there, it's just cleanup. So we will speed this up. This base can be a little trickier depending on where the traps are. So you might not get it on the first attempt. If they don't have any double giant bomb sets, though, it makes it pretty easy. So that's great. I hope this helped. If you've got any questions, please leave them below. And thank you very much for watching.